What's up, folks? This is the HHRS radio show, man. We are live. Yeah.
In here.
Hey, man, today is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. I just spit all over my video screen saying May the 4th be with you. I suffer from black mouth, so I really made a mistake on all that, man. I apologize to my computer right now. Hey, man, it's the HHRS radio show, man, on May the 4th. Tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. It's sad that we're not doing our show tomorrow because I'm sure we'd all be feeling a little bit.
Drinking.
For sure. I do have on my Taco Tuesday sock, though. So, I mean, it's a whole thing. And do I just run it back tomorrow? Maybe I jailhouse it. Wash it off in the sink tonight, and then hang it up, and then put it back on tomorrow for tomorrow. What do you guys think?
Well, I think you should do that, dog. I mean, just go to the jailhouse thing. Just do it, dog. Just go all the way.
Just go all the way out.
We're doing Juneteenth, dog. We're doing Juneteenth. Either at the compound or the friendly compounds. I'm making some Juneteenth T-shirts. Like, it's happening, dog. I refuse. We've been talking about this for 6 years, dog. We're doing it.
Hey, I feel like somebody. I think my sister's getting married on that day, so I'm out.
That's what's up. Ain't that a bitch? Well, you know what? That's a good thing about Juneteenth. Could be any day. It could be the 18th, the 14th, the 17th.
Right. For sure, we can schedule it. We can schedule around the wedding, man. I just told my sister she better jump over the broom, especially on Juneteenth, man. You can't be messing around with none of that. If it's not African American type, you can't do it. Hey, man, HHRS radio show, man. This is Moose, aka Big House. I'm the host of your show, and that voice you hear, man, is getting so fired up, man. And if you're watching us on YouTube, then the guy that's on the bottom of me, man, he's the star of the show. He's the one, the only El Jeezy Mbaku.
All I want to say is, don't try to run in the confines now. I got that heat for you. I got to take your whole arm off. I'm just saying, don't try it. But man, life's good, man. Cannot complain, man. I'm going through this rehab, man, and swelling. I still look like I got elephantitis. But
of the what?
My ankle. My foot.
Oh, okay. Because typically elephantitis is of somewhere else.
It's in your foot. It ain't like your ankles, or it's not.
Haven't you ever seen Johnny Dangerously? Somebody look up Johnny Dangerously and tell me what you think elephantitis is. Ron, look up Johnny Dangerously real quick.
I don't know if I want that on my search history.
No, it was a movie
I forgot what you said. What am I looking up?
Johnny Dangerously, elephantitis. And so anyway, man, I tell you what. So that voice, that other voice you hear, man, she's busy right now, so we'll let her look that up. But the other voice here, man, that smooth voice, man, the myth, the legend, man. We got our own in-house DJ, the one and only D-Lo. D-Lo
G.
Yes, sir. What's up, baby?
Hey, man, chilling, man. I really am glad to be back with everybody tonight. I'm feeling much more like myself after a mishap at the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? My hang time was taken away from me, you know what I'm saying? So I had to go duck off to the mountains for about a week to 10 days. You know what I'm saying? But it's finally growing back. I can see the lights, man. The new growth is coming back. The hang time on its way, y'all.
Man, I saw the picture. Like, my man got a goatee. What happened?
Man, bro, miscommunication, man. My barber didn't understand what I was telling him I needed him to do, man. He took the whole thing out, man. Wiped me down, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah, man.
Did you fall asleep?
Huh? He didn't put a guard on the clippers, man. It was bad, man. So I was walking around here bald faced, man. It was terrible. I did a Zoom live for Run's class, man. Like the same day. I didn't even recognize myself.
What happened to your beard? You look so different.
way back.
Hey man, I need photos, Doc.
I have them.
Damn.
I took pictures of what was happening in my classroom. Plus, I was like, "Who is the stranger that's DJing for my class?"
Yo, you gotta send a couple to me.
I'm talking about like, I mean, like, were you like down where Moose is, like smooth?
No.
Nah, man, it wasn't quite that, man. But it was pretty low, bro. It was. I didn't quite recognize myself.
Oh, okay, all right. Hey man, I'll tell you what,
I've got all kinds of things happening on my phone, but I'll find those pictures too.
Hey, is that the female voice here, man, that's the lady of the house, man, the one, the only run.
Ew.
See.
Happy Tuesday! Oh, so good to see you guys. This week has been so long, and it's only Tuesday, so this makes me so happy to be with you guys.
Hey man, you know what? We all in the house. DJ College, man, we call her Fancy Nancy's trying to get in. I'll send out some other invites to some folks. You know,
Fancy Nancy.
Well, she, you know what? She's like in, but like she's not. Like something's happening, man. She got bad connection wherever she's at. And then,
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but we just can't see you. So something's up with your camera, man. DJ College, folks. Fancy Nancy's in the house. Hey guys, all right. So check this out, man. We got lots to talk about, and we want to be on point. We want to get through this. And now, since we done started at 8-ish, we gotta finish at 10-ish. Y'all cool with that?
I'm with it.
All right.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
All right. So check this out, man. Bill and Melinda Gates have announced that they're going to divorce. Outside of that, I don't know if you guys knew or not, but outside of being the shortage of ketchup, and there's a shortage of chicken, there's also a shortage of chlorine. So you can't swim, eat chicken, or put ketchup on your French fries.
And lumber prices are skyrocketing because of a shortage, so you can't build a deck either.
You know what I'm saying? All right. So outside of those things, guys, we had the NFL 2021 draft last week. Man, it was amazing. There's going to be lots of folks that are excited and happy, and there's going to be some folks that are not happy or not excited at all. So I can't wait to get into that conversation. And man, am I missing anything, guys? Am I missing anything that's big? I know that today just happened that there was the largest order on one drink at Starbucks happened today. Ron, I hope you look it up and find out exactly what it was, because it was too much. I mean, I barely know how to order, like, you know, just like the whatever it is that I want to order. But like they had one today that had like, I don't know if it was 37 different additives or what. But I mean, yeah, it was.
Is it a TikTok thing?
What's that?
I found it.
You found it? All right. So then later on, let's talk about that. And then, hey guys, you know what? So listen, man, we had 100 days of Joe Biden go across. And am I missing anything outside of the weather here in Indianapolis, where we do the show from, going from 70 to 30 to 70 to 30 to 50 to 70 to 30?
You know what, though? I ain't even mad, because this happens every year. And we do this every year. So I try to just be like, oh, this is just Indiana. Because like literally, it was 70 yesterday. Now it's like 30. It's like 40 degrees right now.
That's how it goes, bro.
And it's going to be 60 all week.
Right. And overcast, like it was overcast. You know what I mean? So like, I got all kind of sun on the weekend. And then next thing you know, I'm like, doo-dee-doo.
You know who I blame? I blame Cloud Overcast for this, though.
You know what? I wish we could run into him, man. We got to run into him. Yeah, for sure. We got to run into him. Hey, folks, here we go, man. Headbridge Radio Show. You guys ready to do this show?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Hey, man, by the way, real quick, while we're still on early, Long Green, where can you catch us on your podcast?
You can catch us on Spotify, all your major streaming platforms, Google Play Store, the Apple Store, Apple Podcast, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much anywhere you can get your podcast, you can look us up and we'll be there. The gate.
And judging by your background, you can catch us in any public library that you might be in.
Any public library. I'm just building a collection because I'm a smart guy. You know what I'm saying? I added some new decor to the crib, and I was like, yo, let me flex on you guys one time, so I did.
Man, I like it, man. And you know what? I like your decor better than me being under the stairwell. Like, I'm a little mysterious. I'm like under the stairwell.
You should be holding the apple like the classic Olin Mills.
I know. Oh, he should. Oh, yeah. See, Fancy Nancy.
Hold on.
You are totally showing your age talking about Olin Mills, man. Shh.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to claim my age proudly. I'm not going back to those junior years.
All right.
I'm sure you had some fun.
Hey,
I did, but I like my antique status and wisdom.
Hey,
more fun. And I have cash flow.
Hey, folks, that other voice you hear, man, is the one and only Fancy Nancy, man, a contributing editor to our show. She will for sure add great content and talk too much. And that's why we love her. All right, so, man, I'm glad she's here. Hey, Fancy Nancy, welcome. You had a good week this week. What's going down?
It has been a good week. I can't believe it's only Tuesday. So this is kind of my week 2 back into the real world and not working from my home. So I have been pleasantly reintroduced to associating with people.
Outstanding.
Leaving my house and doing fun things. So
outstanding.
What's the transition been like? Or what's the transition back been like?
So I'm really excited the night before and the morning of. My anxiety is super high and I don't want to leave. And then when I get in the car and, have my first meeting, then I'm cool. So there's a interesting perspective for those of us that have been work from home solely for a year. One, we realize there's no sympathy because people have been out here really fighting through things a lot harder than we have. But we also know that we are those people that, drew faces on volleyballs and talked to them, and like we have to reintegrate with the real world, and it's kind of funny.
Dig that. Man, I gotta respect Jeezy's banner. That's hard, bro.
I'm so glad, because I was going to interrupt and ask if that was the new curtains at the Friendly Confines. What's happening?
The name of my room is called the Hall of Champions, yo. So I'm going to have all banners where my windows are. Yo. I got Notre Dame banner, I got Bears banners, Bulls banners. Keep talking.
Are they all from the
80s? It's so amazing. Hey, all right, I tell you what, Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man, we got Monski. Looks like he's on the road, man. He's like moving out there. So
yes, sir. What's happening?
Man, we always invite you, so we invited you. Hey, all right, guys. So check this out, man. Outside all those things, we also gonna have we're gonna run that news. We may have Tell Me Why You Mad, Son. We also for sure gonna do brews and reviews. And holy cow, Run put out early this morning the Marvel Universe lineup coming soon. As a matter of fact, it went all the way into, I want to say 2023. So I'm for sure going to do some sit-ups and push-ups and hit the punching bag so I can make it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be sitting in a nursing home like watching that. Hey, all right, guys, here we go. Here's Radio Show. We are ready. Hey, all right, so let's go ahead and get to the hottest news, like hot off the presses. Bill and Melinda Gates getting divorced. Bill and Melinda Gates, we don't care nothing about that. Bill and Melinda Gates are getting divorced. So they are net worth, from what I saw, is $124 billion.
And no prenup.
No prenup. Look, all the females. When I told Ron earlier, that's the first thing she said too. No prenup, and then what does Kyler say?
That means Melinda gonna have an accident. She gonna get COVID.
Well, did you see that she donated a bunch of money to HBCUs?
Sister Satan won't see a nickel of that, yo.
Okay, but listen. So the running joke now is, why did Melinda Gates donate all kinds of money to HBCUs? Must have gotten some good HBCU eggplant. So maybe that's what's leading to their divorce.
HBCU eggplant.
Okay, that's slightly racist.
I know.
True, but
it's the joke that's happening though.
So I'm surprised it wasn't HBCU BBC.
So my favorite, with it being Star Wars Day, May the 4th be with you. There was a meme with Bill Gates that said, May the 4th, may divorce be with you.
Oh,
that's funny. That's
messed up. That's messed up.
HBU cocky.
Ugh. That's disgusting. But it could happen.
Only the guys get that joke.
And you know why? Guys, I saw this where they interview, like they show interviews on the past. They were like, "So what is it like being at home with Bill Gates?" She was like, "Well, if we're in the bedroom, I saw like before we got married where he had a flip chart and it was the pros and cons of marrying me. Like she saw.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Dog.
And she said, "Man, because she knew she was gonna get all that money." See,
I would love to know what's on that chart.
All right, let's be honest. If D-Lo, Moose, and Monsky had a pro and con chart before they got married, and somebody saw that, yeah, we not married.
Right. She's like, "Oh yeah, that's how you doing it."
I mean, but there's a pro-con list in every person's head with every relationship they have,
but not written on a piece of paper.
Yeah, you said it in your head. I said,
"Hang on the list." What's the difference of me knowing it in my mind versus writing it on a piece of paper?
The same way about somebody getting shot, somebody seeing somebody getting shot. It just hit there.
Wow, that was very literal.
I'm just going to stick to the memes. My other favorite one is Bill Gates laying there early, and he says, "It's only micro when it's soft."
Nice. Those are amazing. Those are actually amazing memes. Well, I'm glad that you had time to search social media today. Hey, so I check it, man. Like,
what else is job on this show?
What's that?
My job will be
not fired. There used to be someone else's job on this show. I don't know. They got comfortable.
They're talking about me. That's not my job.
Hey, man, Kevin Samuels would have an opinion about Ron's commitment to the show. Staying on top of this.
Those were not in my job description.
And so
I believe D-Lo's job was social media.
And so
we're gonna fire out some shots tonight.
And so guess what? Guess what? D-Lo. I would like an impromptu impersonation of Kevin Samuels talking about this situation with the with memes and what we're talking here. Ready, go. I'm sorry.
Ron, are you out of your French toast mind? You see, what women don't understand is that it's a numbers game. It's a prize for a woman to be on a show with 3 black men.
There's 4 black men. There's 4 black men here.
Ron, you're missing the point. You see, what you ladies are not seeing is that we are the prize. Now, I don't want to say something that would hurt your feelings, but behind one Run EMC is a fancy Nancy. Insane. I'm just playing. That's what Kevin Samuels would say.
I know you were just playing a role. I know.
And sing.
I'm just stuck like this from the chorus.
That ain't D-Lo. That's Kevin Samuels.
You made that very clear.
That's D-Lo Samuels.
Hey man, I like it. I like it. So, all
right. Of the Ron fan club and the add-on factologist.
Hey, so I got a question for you guys. So I mean, all right. So we're talking about Bill and Melinda getting divorced here, right? We kind of brought that up. I mean, so with no prenup, I mean, she's in most of the states where they live. She's entitled to pretty much half of his assets. Do you guys think it's going to be a big deal?
should get hair. I mean, in this situation, unfortunately, like it's gonna hurt him because he'll go from number 1 to like number 7.
Oh
most
man,
men in the world.
Oh,
yeah, but you know what? For you and me, we like I'm still 7, but for people like that, like holy crap, I went from 1 to 7, and then she jumps to like the top. I think she became the richest woman in the world.
No, well, she may because Bezos' wife is only worth $35 billion right now. Only.
Billion with a B or
no, and she ain't wrote damn code, ain't delivered a package. None.
She ain't licked a stamp. She ain't licked a stamp.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna say pineapples. I'm gonna say it again. She gave him some unenthusiastic BJs, and all of a sudden she gets $34 billion.
No, but she put that smile on the Amazon box.
That meme game heavy right there, Russ. She came right back. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her, boy. Her fingers are sore from looking that up on the internet or on the phone.
You think people care about the list, though? Because my first thought was like, why now? What could y'all be gaining that you talk out? Why are y'all getting divorced now? That seems like chicken messy.
You know what? In the immortal words of LGZ and Baku, she probably ain't getting what she wants. She probably ain't getting that D, man. That's the only thing I think of.
I'm just
that might have been her life plan.
She probably could build a
It was a come up.
For sure.
It was for sure part of the situation. I mean, like, you know, because when she started, she went to college and all that, but like, she wasn't like him. He owned the company, and she was like working like in the, you know, some department. You know what I mean? He looked at her, he was like, "Oh yeah," you know, and brought her on. So I mean, you know, it's for sure come up for her for sure. So you know, you know what? I don't really know. Miss Moose at Big House. I'm not really sure. I think all of them are going to be okay. I saw that.
They'll be okay for sure.
What's that?
For sure. They're not going to be down at Planned Parenthood, you know, looking for a job. They ain't doing that.
Well, no, they said they were still going to run the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation together. So all you conspiracy theorists can rest assured that the microchips they're inserting in Africa and under these vaccines are still strong and in place. So nobody rests easy.
There are no microchips in the vaccine. Let me go ahead and say that again, man. And I told you, I'm off the conspiracy bandwagon. Cheesy don't participate in no conspiracies no more. I'm done. There are no conspiracies.
You love to party yourself.
There are no microchips. And why are people so worried about microchips in the shot when everybody got one of these they carry around?
Speaking of that, Jeezy, I'm glad you said that. But you know, guess what else has a shortage of? I saw on 60 Minutes. Microchips.
Common sense.
Microchips are short. There's a shortage of microchips too. Maybe because they're all in the vaccines. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Now, wait, did you mean the mini Russells or like the small bags of? Because
that was a great joke. Good job. But I'm talking about what Intel's making. There is a shortage of those.
What I understand, you ever notice like it's almost been actually 1 year to the month that we had a coin shortage last year. Like, what's all of these shortages? Every time since the pandemic, we had shortages.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. And we had the shortage of, what was it? Last year was what? Coins?
Toilet paper.
It was toilet paper.
I still say common sense.
Like, every year now, we just have a shortage of stuff. It's almost like they want to drive the price up.
Now I will say this.
Sales pitch.
I will say this.
Oh, you want to buy a house? Well, there's a shortage of lumber and shingles, and there's actually a shortage of people to do this labor, and so we're going to have to jack your rates up at least 40%.
I think I'm going to move in with one of the heavy hitters and sell my house for parts. Do you know how much wood is hardwood floors?
I'm not going to lie.
Sell this thing for parts.
Easy amongst the homeowners, man. So I'm happy it's a shortage. That means the value of my house go up.
You know, and I'm gonna tell you where
parts too.
I'm gonna tell you where Moose
Ron, you should do it as an experiment. Like list it as a full house and then list it as parts.
What happens? Scrap it.
the Rafters 5 for 10. No, we ain't doing that. Hey, folks, Heavyweight Radio Show, man. You're listening to it, man. We sad that Bill and Melinda got divorced today. I mean, the name of the show is The Gates Are Open, man. May the 4th be with you. So, hey, I'll tell you what, real quick, may the 4th be with you guys. Hey, you guys remember that on Star Wars? What are the name of those little things, like those little guys that run around real quick? Do you know?
Ewoks.
Yeah. So how do Ewoks talk far distances with each other? Anybody know?
I
mean, they got large ears.
No, it's Ewalkie talkies. Ewalkie
That's
talkies.
what I said. Ewalkie talkies.
Did you say that?
I did.
Outstanding. That's very cool.
Listen, I am the champion of useless knowledge and the fact talk.
So you basically did your own joke, Ewalkie talkies.
Ewalkie talkies. I got another question for you, real quick.
Okay.
So you guys know that Luke got his hand cut off, right?
Yeah, because he didn't get a reach around. That's a joke.
No, where is he? But he got a replacement hand. Where did he get his replacement hand? Anybody know?
Right hand man.
No.
Han Solo Mart.
The secondhand store. Bang bang. Yes. Yes, the secondhand store. You're totally welcome. You're totally welcome for that.
While I was researching games, you were looking at dad jokes. I love it.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That is sincere gratitude.
All right, folks. I mean, hey, man, this is Moose at Gay Big House, and I may be the king of dad jokes, by the way.
No, this might be the heavy. I might have to go pour me a drink. This might be the heavy hitters get wasted episode,
I don't know about that. Oh, because you see the mug.
Yeah, Nancy got her glass of wine.
I was just about to go get up and get something from the fridge.
Yeah, I'm about to go get something. Like the heavy hitters get wasted.
And I'm not sure why, but on my phone, not Alexa. What's the other one's name? Siri for sure keeps coming up on my phone. So I don't know what you guys are saying, but my phone keeps unless the federal government's listening.
You know what I'm saying? Monsky talked this week. He was mute ski last week.
Well, his teeth were hurting. That was 2 weeks ago. That was 2 weeks ago, by the way. We wasn't on last week.
That cat just look at you and smile and nod his head. Like he was silent mom.
Right. Hey, folks. Hey, listen to Heavyweight Radio Show. All right. So check this out. So the NFL draft was last week, man, and it was crazy. Matter of fact, I think we had a record for quarterbacks taken this year. We had lots and lots going on with with different schools. I mean, COVID. So you had some players that were taken in the draft that didn't even play, tackle, run, score a touchdown all of last year, but were still taken in the draft. You had some players that played like one game or two games that went early, like in the top 10, top 20 in the first round, that kind of thing. So I tell you what. Let me see. It looks like Long Green 400. What is your take? And I know your squad is a coach, just like my squad. So your squad is the coach. And Tim, what you think about their draft production this year?
You know what, man? I mean, just to go back to your initial point, as far as players with limited experience being taken high in the draft and really being drafted ahead of proven commodities like seniors and what have you, you know, it's like it's still optimal to find the young guy with crazy potential. You know what I mean? So I think teams are jumping on that. Oh, man, the Health Connect is here. But I think teams are jumping on that. And, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit weird, but anymore, I think the league is so damaged in terms of how they're able to turn around and turn out players. It doesn't really matter where you pick because the next season you could be out the league. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they go through these players in mass numbers. So it almost doesn't surprise me that they take so many risks on guys that might really be flyers. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, as far as the coach, man, I'm on the fence about that draft, man. I don't know how well these defensive ends are gonna fit, man. Only for this, and no disrespect to your guy from Michigan, but you know what I'm saying. Like right now, from what I can tell, they kind of remind me of. Like I'm hoping that they're Mathis and Freedy, but I know that they could also be Banagoo and the other defensive end, Teray. They could be those guys too. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping Mathis and Freedy, but I'm a bit concerned. We still don't have a viable option at right tackle. And I was a little disappointed that they didn't select the right tackle earlier in the draft.
Okay. All right. I dig that. Now, I think you and I are the only Colts fans on the outside of Ron who probably didn't take
I have
notes.
a couple recommendations.
All right.
Maybe they should look outside the draft at Michael Vick's 4.72 run, or pick up Pat Mahomes, who had a 4.8 second run, and buy low and turn over and play high. That seems to be the drafting model, right?
There you go. You was spoken like a true sports fan.
So we're here in the Hall of Champions. All right. You see that?
We're hanging a curtain every time we turn around.
Every time we say something, you up there hanging something. Why don't your leg hurt? Sit down somewhere.
We in the Hall of We're in the Hall of Champions here at the Friendly Confines, yo. And so, you know, the Bears got Justin Fields from the Ohio State University. One of rated the second best quarterback in the draft, man. So, and we took a left tackle out of Oklahoma State, which is rated the nastiest lineman in the draft, man. So I'm not gonna have chances here the next couple of years, man. That's all I gotta say. I'm happy.
I will say the Bears did a great job of moving up aggressively to get Justin. You know, I liked him ever since he was on. And folks, the Health Connection says you can't hear. They got nothing to do with us. That's all you, big boy. That's you. It ain't got nothing to do with us. Let me see. I'm gonna try to work.
Your volume muffled, man.
I know. Ain't got nothing to do with us.
Oh, now you're connected to audio.
There he is. Hello.
Way to go.
That.
You're muted.
You're muted, so if you're talking, we can't hear you.
It doesn't matter. Hey guys, Heaven Hears Radio Show. All right. So, Monski.
Yes, sir.
What I know you're a Bears fan, just like LGZ and Baku. So, what are your thoughts on your draft?
Well, I am happy to still be a Bears fan because had the Bears not moved up after Justin Fields dropped after the 10th pick, and they did not select him, I was going to convert to be a Colts fan. I was no longer going to be a Bears fan. Huh?
The devil's a lie.
Hey man, speak your truth, brother.
The devil would have had me because I said if the Bears don't move up to get this dude, I don't care what they had to give up. That was a must move, and if they did not do that, I would have no longer been a Bears fan. I'd have been done. I mean, at least until they got Pace and the other guy. I can't remember his name right now for whatever reason, but they would have had to go before I would have even considered it.
Everybody has limits. Healthy boundaries are important.
All right, so real quick, guys, I'm gonna run through. What I'll do is I'll name the team. I'll name a couple of top picks. I'm just a couple of you, give your thoughts of it. Arizona Cardinals got a B. Guess what? They got Rondale Moore. from Purdue. Jeezy and Longgreen. What do you guys think about that?
I think the Cardinals gonna be good period because they got J.J. Watt and A.J. Green along with Bernard Hopkins.
DeAndre. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think they'll be good too, man. Always glad to see, kids from local schools get taken by programs.
Hey, Atlanta Falcons got a B-. They got Kyle Pitts early. And they're saying that some of their worst picks were Jalen Mayfield. He's a solid player, but they got him. He's a guard tackle in the third round. What do you guys think about that?
I think when people say the worst pick, I go back to the Colts drafting that linebacker, and they say he was the worst pick in the draft, but he ended up winning Defensive Player of the Year. Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, that's right. The maniac, man. The maniac.
Yeah, so these draft experts, man, I mean, they know a little bit of something, but they hate when they wrong, so they try to crap on people's picks, man.
So
yeah, I think I'm a firm believer in the NFL draft, man. Obviously GMs and coaches, get their job to lose their job at some point, but I'm a firm believer that if you got a guy picked as your guy, there's no such thing as reaching. There's no such thing as pick drafting him too high. If you got a guy that fits your system, you feel like that's the guy that's going to come in and make an impact on your team, you go get it. Period.
I like it, man. Baltimore Ravens got a B minus, nothing to speak home about. The Bills got a B minus again. To me, nothing to speak home about. Carolina Panthers got a B plus. Again, nothing to speak home about. Let's see. Here the Bears. Bears got a B plus. Justin Fields is a guy. Obviously we've already kind of talked about him. So we don't have anything else to add, do we, Jeezy?
No, like I said, we got an offensive lineman, we got a running back. I mean, we got some decent picks. I was pretty happy with the draft as a whole.
Hey, the Bengals. So the Bengals got he's not even mentioned on here, but he was a receiver from LSU last year, right? So he got reunited. That's right. He got reunited with what do you guys think about him?
I feel like that was a glamour
Jamar
pick.
Chase, yeah.
Yeah. I felt like that was a glamour pick, but the Bengals should have took the Penny Sewell, the offensive lineman.
They got him too.
No, Penny Sewell went to Detroit.
No.
They should have got the Sewell kid, the offensive lineman, because you got.
Oh yeah, you're right.
If your quarterback can't stand up straight, it don't matter who your receiver is.
Right.
The reason why Joe Burrow got hurt because you ain't an offensive lineman.
Right.
Protect your asset, man. Colts fans should know that.
The Browns got a B plus. Nothing really to speak home about. The Dallas Cowboys got a B. They did get Kelvin Joseph in the second round. He's a corner. He's pretty decent.
Browns low key gonna be dangerous next year.
Oh, the Browns gonna be nasty.
They're gonna be dangerous. They had already invested on draft picks in the secondary. They signed Tayshaun Gibson maybe like last year. They went and got the other defensive end, so now you can't double old boy on the other side.
Myles Garrett,
yeah, you can't double Myles Garrett no more. You keep OBJ. Carlos, they lost Carlos Hyde, so that might hurt a little bit. But you got the other boy at running back. They low key gonna be nasty next year.
Oh man, the Cleveland gonna be the squad. It's just Baker. What Baker gonna do?
Right,
Next State Farm commercials.
That's Baker Mayfield doesn't do it. He makes something else. What's his commercials?
Progressive.
Progressive. I thought he was State Farm.
Hey,
Jay from State Farm with
Patrick Mahomes.
Basketball stuff.
Well, Patrick Mahomes, Jake from State Farm,
and Drake,
and CP3. Yeah, you're right. Hey,
I'm still waiting on the Key and Peele skit of the top round draft pick goes to the worst teams behind the scene footage after they're off.
Hey, so hold on. The Denver Broncos got an A. They got Patrick Surtain the second from LSU. Did you guys see how many picks SSC got? It was like 60 cats from the SEC got drafted in all the rounds. It was crazy.
Best conference in football.
The Detroit Lions got a B plus. Nothing to speak about. The Packers again, they got a B. Nothing to speak about. Although Aaron Rodgers trying to get out of town. What do you guys think about that, man?
I love it.
You love it?
As a Bears fan.
As a Bears fan, I do love it, but pineapples, I think it's punk shit.
Expound on that.
I'm just saying, he was in his feelings last year when he felt like the organization didn't do what they needed to do. And do you put it on the team or do you put it on him in regards to how well they did last year? You throw 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and they added no offensive weapons whatsoever. So you as a player, you want to take those individual accolades on one hand, but then on the other hand, don't want to give any credit to what the organization had believed, the type of team they had in place, which is why they didn't take anybody from an offensive standpoint. Then you come out this year and talk about, there's rumors now that he wants the GM fired in order for him to even come back. Now, is that a personal relationship thing? Did the GM promise him something or lied to him about something? Maybe so, but you just went to the NFC Championship 2 years in a row. Aaron Rodgers is one of the dudes that they talk about as one of the best to ever do it, and the dude's got one Super Bowl. So if you only got one Super Bowl and you talking about you want those individual accolades, you want to be talked in this conversation as one of the best to ever do it, then take some accountability on that as well and stop talking about what everybody else ain't doing and talk about what you ain't done.
Oh my goodness gracious! All right, man. And I ain't gonna say nothing else about it, man. You spelled that out. People understand. That was Monsky laying it down for you. And by the way, we got the health connection in the house. I don't know what he's doing, man. He's like moving around everywhere, man. With his fancy background, and I don't know if we can hear him. Look, he's still.
There we go.
There.
Look, I'm trying to figure out how to work this thing, man.
Oh gosh, hey man, just be still. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, doing it, what it do? Trying to get it in where I fit it in, be a productive part of society, man, and help out where I can. That's about it.
All right. And we glad you're here. Hey, man, real quick, just sit tight because I got something for you. Houston Texans guys got a D in the draft, and we don't know what's happening with Deshaun Watson. I hear that he's got countersuits against the ladies. So we'll definitely see what's going on with that, man. The Colts.
That's why they got the D.
That's a good one, right? My hometown team, man, the Indianapolis Colts, me and Long Green 100, man, we got a C, man. Kwity Paye, they like Kwity Paye, but they did not like Kalen Granson and some of them other ones that they got. We got a good pass rush that's decent, but they're not really sure what the rest of them are going to do, man. Jacksonville Jaguars got a B, man. Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne in the first round, like both of them, man. That's crazy. Jeezy, what do you think about that?
I think again, I kind of go back to what Monsky said, man. Like people always talking about they reached for ETN. I'm like, dude, did y'all watch any games of Clemson? He was arguably one of the best players on the field. So what do you mean you reached the best player on the field?
Right, on the field.
And Trevor Lawrence was on that field as well. So it's like, why wouldn't you pair your quarterback, the number one pick, with somebody he's comfortable with in college, who's just as good? I mean, that's.
That's a good call, man. Hey, the Kansas City Chiefs got a B. The Los Angeles Raiders got a D, man. Holy cow, they did not like any decision that they made.
Yeah, that's another one where they felt like they reached to get Leatherwood. Everybody thought that they reached to get him. But again, if you want, if that's your guy, get your guy. Like,
And from what I understand,
you're gonna lose your job if your team loses anyway, based off of who you drafted or who panned out. So go if that's who you got evaluated high on your board, go get your man. Call it a day. You're going to live or die with that anyway.
For sure, man. Hey, the Los Angeles Rams got a B-. Bobby Brown III, defensive tackle from Texas A&M. They liked him. They tout him as the next Aaron Donald. So that's what they got, man, along with Jalen Ramsey and the rest. The Chargers got a B+, nothing to write home about. The Dolphins got an A with Jalen Waddle. So a lot of people feel like that quarterback there is going to open up now. And he's got a top-notch receiver to throw to. Minnesota Vikings got an A as well, but nothing that we know. The Patriots got a B+, man. They got Mac Jones like kind of waiting after Mac Jones. Huh? Mac Jones. Good job. I'm glad I caught on to that. Good job, Ron. That's two in a row you got. And
he's on the roll right now.
She, man, come on, man. She's butter. We got to call her butter right now, man, because she's on the roll. And so that people are pretty happy about him, man. And I just like to say, from Naptown, man, they got Cam McGrone, man, out of Lawrence North, out of the Mick Conference, man, out of Michigan, also to the Patriots. All right, Health Connection, man. The Saints got a C. Paulson Abedo, man. Third, he's a cornerback. What you think?
You know what? Our defense have never been a problem, just protecting our quarterback. is always going to be a consideration. But, that's the main concern. I'm not even concerned with the draft. I'm concerned with who the hell going to take the helm as the leader on the team as far as passing.
And just like Long Green 400 brought up, man, Ian Book's on that squad, man. What we think, folks?
Notre Dame quarterback.
I think Ian Book has the opportunity to really develop in that same system under Sean Payton. He won't be starting this year. He won't be starting next year. But if he's able to develop, I think we've got enough athleticism, enough accuracy that he could be a solid starter in the NFL.
Okay. All right. And real quick, what do you guys think about Sam Ehlinger that the coach took late? Long Green 400.
Sam Ehlinger
It's yeah, man. Is that the guy from Penn State?
No, man. He's from Texas. You guys are tripping. He started like all his old college
quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not familiar with him, so I can't really judge him based on his game and how it fit. But I still think that it is interesting that the Colts would draft a quarterback. It's probably smart, given that we don't know what we're going to get with Carson Wentz. But it also makes me wonder how much faith they got in the kid Eason that they spent a draft pick on last year. Yeah. So,
no, I don't know. I'm not a fan. Hey, I tell you real quick, man, the New York Giants got a B+. Run, you ready?
I'm ready.
This kid's name is Azeez. His last name is capital Ojulari. Go. What's his name?
I only got the first name because I was so distracted.
Right?
Go again. Last name.
Last name is capital Ojulari.
The June with A. The kid from Notre Dame. Right?
Azeez. That's his first name.
Ojulari. Jeezy, you know what's funny? I love you, but you don't speak well. But I think you nailed that last name. Like it was right in your wheelhouse.
He was Notre Dame. The kid from Notre Dame, number 6.
That's funny, man. It was in your wheelhouse.
His first name is Azeez.
Azeez, yeah, for sure. And by the way, by the way, check this guy's name out. Kadarius.
Kadarius.
Hey, man, come on, man. Why are they doing this to these young men, man?
That was easy.
Well, you see Jamar, JA'Marr.
True that.
Do you know the names I've seen in my years of experience in my job?
No, we ain't gonna get that because it's gonna be the same ones. Kadasha, Adasha.
I'm just saying in general, I can decipher them pretty easily.
I don't even think Kadarius is that bad because clearly Caden Darius had a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's funny. Hey, no. What about this one, guys? So the Jets got a B, and this guy, his name is Laijah Vera-Tucker. So it's Elijah Vera Tucker. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's too much. All right, hey, the
best name in the draft is the old boy from I think he's from North Dakota, Justin Stick.
Hey,
his name is Justin Stick.
I'm not sure. I haven't gotten there yet, man. Hey, the Philadelphia Eagles got a C+, man. Oh, even though they got Devontae Smith, I don't understand that. The Steelers got a C. Kendrick Green is like their top guy, but they got Najee Harris, and they said that might be the worst pick. Najee Harris.
But Najee Harris is a beast, dude. Like, I don't get what it is, man.
They do that because the talk is running backs don't have a lot of value in the first round because they got a short shelf life. So you know what I'm saying, they only got 5 good years in the league, and then after that, you can get a guy in the second round that's only got 5 years and give you pretty much comparison in production.
Okay, all right. Hey, so the 49ers got a C, man. They did pick up Trey Lance, who I don't understand how it went so early, but we'll have to get into that later. The Seattle Seahawks got a D, man. They got a guy, 6th-round tackle, Stone Forsythe, He's like their best player in the 6th round. That's ridiculous. Hey, they did get a receiver though. His name is D apostrophe WAYNE. His last name is capital ESKRIDGE. Dwayne Eskridge. Yikes. Hey, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man, got a C. They did get Kyle Trask late. Tennessee Titans got a C+. They got Des Fitzpatrick. Let me see. Washington football team got a B+. Nobody that we want to talk about. So, yeah, that's everybody. All right, so that was the draft, guys. So, like, did you guys watch it? I mean, well, what was your take on it? What did you think about the fact that they allowed fully vaccinated people into the arena and they really had, like, kind of a fun atmosphere? What's your guys' take on that?
The same thing I saw when I saw the crowd outside. It's like, ooh, that's very COVID. That's a super spreader. I mean, I think that's how we're going to be for the next 2 or 3 years, man. Whenever you see a large crowd, people screaming, you're like, ooh, I don't know about that.
You said COVID-y?
Very COVID-y.
Hey, guess what? Guess what time it is, guys?
What time is it?
It's time to run that news.
I have so much news.
Go.
Okay, so we already talked about Bill and Melinda. So where to even start? You know what? Let's start with Caitlyn Jenner because I feel like I want to start there. So she has recently announced her run for California governor. And of the people she is connected to, the Kardashians said, no, we're not going to support her running for governor. And the LGBTQ plus community said, no, we're not going to support her running for governor. So I'm not really sure what group she can still claim. Past Olympians, I guess, but my guess is maybe no for them too. But she's getting herself in trouble because now she is, so she's starting to make some, okay, so first of all, she's running as a Republican. I feel like that is maybe also important to know. So Sunday, she came out and made a statement about transgender youth participating in sports. Now, she sides with a majority of the heavy hitters by saying whatever you are biologically born is how you should compete.
Which is true.
So, however,
absolutely,
in the communities in which she is a part of, that is not the common thought process.
Oh, you know what? I wish. Hey, Ron, do you know any transgender folks? I don't know any. That's why I'm asking you. Might.
I had one as a 4th grader. Yes.
Okay. No, I mean like an adult because I want to ask that question, and I don't want to be funny. I just want to ask, how is that a transgender boy can participate in female sports? That's not fair.
So, it is very slippery slope.
How is it a slippery slope?
It is. I will tell you if you let me talk. I'd be happy to tell you. So, when it comes to federal laws and protecting the identity of students and the privacy of students, that is where it becomes a slippery slope. Because if I am enrolled and I am a transgender student, then here's what happens. I can dress how I want to as long as I'm following the dress code. I get to go in a unisex bathroom, so I don't have to claim a restroom of my gender, even if I haven't had the surgery to change it. So the biggest issue is when it comes to Title IX, really, and that is federal funding for schools.
Well, this is part of what Ruth Bader Ginsburg fought for in the Supreme Court, and not that she fought for transgender. So hear me out. I'm not saying that to support it, but the laws were that no one will be discriminated against based on sex. So if I'm echoing you inappropriately, Ron, call me out, but our constitutional laws and our Supreme Court rulings say that no one based on sex is discriminated against or prohibited from getting or doing something. And this defies what we assume as traditional gender roles, which leaves an open definition of what makes those gender roles. So it's multifaceted and multiple layers along rights, discrimination, and definitions. And again, I'm not saying this in pro or con, I'm simply saying in rulings, constitutional, and definitions, it's very convoluted.
So my question is, so let's say, I have daughters, and I got a daughter that's on the track team, and she busts her butt every year to raise her time to get to run 100 meters in 10 seconds, or whatever the time is. Then all of a sudden, there's some used to be dude that's now a woman coming in and running 7 seconds. How fair is that? That ain't fair. Like, that's not fair. You've been training your whole life to get 10 seconds, and then some person decided to say, "You know what? I want to be a female." Last year, still got male hormones coming run 7 seconds in 100 meters. Like, are we supposed to celebrate that? Like, we supposed to be happy? Like, nah, man, we all know that's a dude that's running. But we can't say that. We know that. But we can't say
look
that.
how big her back is.
I don't think you would know that.
Bro, are you serious? Bro, are you serious?
There was some discussion online this week that someone had posted a elementary school program or homework problem, and it basically said there are 4 boys and 3 girls. How many girls are there? It was a very early age problem, and the answer, what prompted the discussion, was that I can't tell who's a boy or a girl based on the picture. And I say that to say, if you, in my mind, need to go back to where the question or the fairness or where it starts, we're now arguing how do we define genders, and there's not.
Well, I'm not saying
you're not wrong, but there's also not this platform. And
no.
If I define it this way, then is that discrimination?
No. What I'm saying, I wasn't even talking about what the girl looked like. I'm saying all the girls running 10 seconds and one coming and running 7 seconds. Like, you don't advance 3 seconds in track. Like, you just don't do that. 3 seconds? All the girls are running 10, 11, and you got one running a 7. Come on. That ain't. We know Ben Johnson beating Carl Lewis the way he did. We knew he was on steroids. Because you don't advance. Like, any athlete would tell you it takes years to knock off tenths of a second on your time.
So if someone asked me as the legal representative, I would say let's test for testosterone or hormones that reflect positions of genders previously defined them but not discriminating against, to define categories for equal participation the same way we test on steroids.
Hold on one second, Fancy. All right, Ron, what's your add to it?
So here's the thing, though. If this person identifies as female, so you want them instead as a female, outwardly looking, to compete with the boys because that was the gender assigned at birth.
No. Well, maybe we need to.
So they don't get to play sports because they're transgender.
No, because it's not fair.
Oh, but that's what you said. They can't compete with the girls. They can't compete with the boys.
They still get to compete. They still get to compete.
Against who?
Go ahead, Monsky. Go, Monsky.
They still get to compete. Man, I'm not. I don't want to say it in a way that makes me sound offensive. But as far as your genetic makeup, obviously men produce hormones, right? Right. You get to compete with people of like genetic makeup. Does that make sense?
Hey man, just say if you was born
same like kind and quality.
Okay,
that's the same thing I was saying, but that definition isn't in place. Now, not because we don't believe it or people don't assume it, but that's what these questions
what
and
happens,
things are.
Go ahead, Ron.
Run real quick.
Okay.
Run real quick. It's not fair to genetically born women to compete against genetically born men who are transitioning to women. It's not fair to them to have to compete on a level that they can't compete with. We all know.
Hold on. Jeezy. Jeezy, then Run.
We all understand that men are genetically more superior in athletics. We know that. That's not a slap against women. We know that. So to say that women who compete in these sports have to somehow compete with men who decided to transition to women who still have the hormones of a man are going to be far superior.
If LeBron James said, I'm going to go ahead and be a woman and had to play in the WNBA, he's going to score how many points a night?
80 points a night.
What happens when this person has made the change at 12? They were still born a boy, but they've taken hormone suppressants. They've started the transition, but they haven't had a surgery, so technically they have a penis. So they don't have as much testosterone because they're putting more estrogen in their body. Then where do they play?
Run.
Where?
Run. Listen, Run. Even though they don't produce as much testosterone, they still produce more than y'all.
Produce more.
It's
Even
still
on
more than
hormone
women.
suppressants when they So they've been on hormone suppressants for 7 years. They're almost done with the transition. So the whole school community knows them as a girl, but now we are going to say you don't get to count as a girl, even though that's how everyone has treated you. That is how you identify. That is everything in the school records. You have to compete with the boys.
But Ron, let me ask you this question: You are a coach, and you know how competitive sports are. So you think that a child that's transitioning won't lose his competitive edge? No, he's a competitor. They are competitors. So at some point, he'll be like, you know what? I'm going to ease up off my hormones to give me a little more testosterone. You're a competitor, so you don't all about competition is about getting an edge. And if you got the greatest edge there is competing with women, I produce way more testosterone than you.
I think that's fair because I think when you genuinely feel you were born in the wrong body, getting into the right body for you is going to be way more important than winning a basketball game or a track meet.
Are you kidding me? If you're a competitor, we all seen John Walker.
I'm sure that evolves. I mean,
we've seen John Walker
for this.
Run, you seen Captain and Winter Soldier. We seen John Walker get his ass whooped. It was like they weren't even super soldiers. And what did he do?
Comparing something you don't believe in to a TV show.
But Run,
these are real people's lives, and you think it's ridiculous, and you're comparing it to a TV show.
I never.
Then he takes super serum.
Run. What I'm saying is, when you're a competitor,
I think that's a good comparison.
You're a competitor. Competition is competition. You don't think women take steroids? You don't think you ever seen the Russian Olympic team? You don't think they cheat? So you think all women are above board? No. Competitors want the edge, no matter how they get it. No matter how they get it. Women aren't above cheating. They're not transgender people aren't above cheating. They ain't a superior being. Like no, if you're in competition, now regular life you might feel a certain way, but competition is competition. Period. So it's competition. Hey, any edge you can get, you're gonna take.
Hey, listen, real quick. 'Cause I think we can talk about this all night. I have one quick question, and then we probably gonna. I'm gonna touch on what Fancy put in the chat box because that's smart. Good job. I'm gonna have Health Connection his thoughts, and then we're gonna move on. But Ron. So do you feel like it's okay? Like so if like Mosky said. So if I'm LeBron James and all of a sudden I'm too old to play in the WNBA, right? And I say, you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna be LeBron James, and I'm gonna move to the WNBA, right?
LeBron man.
Right. He's gonna be LeBron. Is that okay? Knowing everything he's done, knowing his athletic prowess, the whole thing, is that okay for him to do that? And we just say, okay, no problem. Now he breaks every record. He does everything. He beats. He can score 200 points a night against these women. Is that okay?
I'll ask if you want something.
Hold on, Fancy.
No, I'll be quiet.
Hold on, Fancy. Go ahead, Ron.
I think that conversation is completely different from middle schoolers and high schoolers who want to play organized sports for their schools.
Okay.
I think when you have an athlete who has developed their talent and their skill and has been that gender well into adulthood, that is very different than stopping those hormones and stopping that development before or at puberty.
All right. So you know what? Okay, look, I tell you what. Let me reshape. I apologize. So let's take any of the two young men that you've mentored, that you know in that same age you're talking about, and all of a sudden they decide to be girls.
Okay.
Would they dominate in the girls' softball and field hockey or whatever the equivalent is? Would those two young men dominate, knowing what they look like now? Because they will for sure develop very similar to what they look like now in high school.
So in my experience with my transgender student, I want to throw this in there.
I'm not asking you about your transgender student. I'm saying overall, I'm taking two people that we know, because you said in general, here's what's going to happen. Please explain, would it still be fair for them to participate with women, with girls?
On an organized team versus an individual sport, I think those are two different conversations, but I think the root of it, listen, okay, here, I will answer your specific question, but I'm going to follow it up with my own thoughts. No, not fair. However, it is also not fair to exploit a student when they are going through a gender change based on Title IX. You can't do it. You can't.
So why don't we just have a transgender league?
Because not all of those students want to even be public about the fact that they're transgender.
Then why are they changing then? I mean, if you're going to be public...
Title IX and Title IV, that's discriminatory.
You don't have to say it. You don't have to put out that information. You don't have to share it.
If I went...
And as an adult that works with those children, you can't say it.
Long Green, what was you going to say?
You can't say it.
Long Green, what was you going to say?
Moose A.K. Big House has an IEP for this, and this, and these are his accommodations. You can't say that. You can't. You can't share that information.
So
that's why Tony gonna kick your ass, yo.
So I got a question.
I had a kid who had special needs of any sort, processing disorder, cognitive ability, Down syndrome, autism, whatever. Pick one. If they wanted to play on my sports team, I could not discriminate against their disability. And as a coach versus a classroom teacher that works with that student, I don't even have to know. I'm not entitled to knowing that they have a disability unless it directly affects their health. That would be.
I apologize. I apologize. And you start talking fast. You're trying to get all your points in. I don't. Hold on. I don't think anybody said discrimination. Blah blah blah. So if I was a girl and now I'm a dude and I want to wrestle and I get beat 800 times in high school, does that make sense? Or should I play with other? Otherwise, now I'm feeling bad about myself. I never win, and now what we got to do? Because I never win because I'm not strong enough. I can't play football because I'm not fast enough. I'm not strong enough.
That are born boys.
What's that?
There's also boys that are born boys that lose 800 times.
But Russ, if those boys lose 800 times, Russell girls, they'll win 800 times. We know that.
What your constitutional and your local laws say is that you can't say they win because they're girls or boys. You have to find something else. So I put in the chat about the WNBA. There's a transgender athlete that came out, I think, in 2019, and the WNBA embraced her. And Dwayne and Gabrielle Union have openly opposed bills in Congress right now. I'll send you the bill.
Excuse me, fans. Can you back it up for just a second? So
yes.
There's currently a transgender player who was born male in the WNBA? No.
Yes. 2019, Lashia Clarendon had surgery and is currently playing in the WNBA. They supported she, her, they, them, he, them on getting the surgery and being part of the league. So that I can't say is the league's position, but there is a transgender player that was embraced and played in the WNBA.
Does she lead the league in rebounding?
Bills in front of Congress and being opposed by the NAACP on transgender participation and banning at both the national, collegiate, and high school level, enactment on Title IV and discrimination on sex. And I said that earlier, not because this is my position, but where we are. So those bills are very high, highly vocalized.
Wow.
I think it is H.R. 5, Equality Act. It's in front of Congress right now, which ties into legislation that was passed in 1965, Congressional Bill 1225, that we know established equal rights for gender and race discrimination. But this is a new opposition to transgender that's come up on the floor. So if you've seen arguments, that's the one that some conservative Republicans have spoken in support of, and celebrities like, I said, Dwayne Wade has come in and spoken in opposition of. So I say all that to say this. I don't know where y'all should feel about it. I'm just saying that what we're talking about right now is in legislation. Your organizations like ACLU and IHSAA, NAACP, NCAA, WNBA,
WIBC,
of everybody.
All right, my bad. Hey, so you know what, Fancy? Hold it. By the way, I'm gonna speak for my crew here. I am totally impressed by that addition to the show. I appreciate that. No, I'm not kidding. Here's why. I get a lot of feedback from people, and when people add that kind of information in, it people like it. So anyway, I like that. And here's the other part. I guess what Jeezy and I are saying, because I totally agree with Jeezy, and people know that I don't always agree with Jeezy. I love him, but I don't agree with him. I don't think it's fair that if I was born a boy, I get to switch and participate in girl sports. And I don't think it's comfortable for if I was born a girl and now I want to be a dude and I want to participate in girl sports, if I can't compete with them, how does it make me feel? That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Remember I said I lose 800 times? How does it make me feel? Wait. Hold on, Fancy. Before you talk, because I'm interested in what Ron has to say about this. I'm talking about the feeling that because I know, she's a coach in some different sports. So she's for sure, you know what, that dude that becomes a girl that has that leaping ability and that killer, all that, she's like, yeah, let me get that. I'm all over that. But as a male coach, from when I coach, and I get all of a sudden I get this dude that used to be a girl that wants to play, say, baseball or basketball, and she's not strong enough to participate, then I don't keep her. And
what if she is strong enough to participate?
She won't be.
How do you know?
There's not one girl playing college baseball. There's not one girl playing high school baseball. There's not one girl playing MLB. Not one woman.
Talk to me in 5 years.
Huh?
Talk to me in 5 years.
It's been 100.
Well, you could go back to 1965 because your Supreme Court ruled on it and said that you and your team and your coaches can't say that anyone can or can't play based on gender.
Right. I'm not talking about gender.
What you're saying, what I'm saying to you is that you can't, as the law stands,
hold on, Fancy.
include or exclude.
Fancy, I get you.
Excluded because they're not good enough.
I get you, Fancy. I said strength. I'm talking about this. Can I bang the baseball over the fence? No.
Don't disagree.
That is a different story.
That's what I'm saying.
Say that they can't play because they were born female. Absolutely.
Because they're not strong enough.
Like everyone else, then that's fine.
They're
but
not
if you are saying they can't play because they were born a girl, then no. You have to objectively support every single person that tries out for the team. So if all the boys beat her out, okay, then she's not on the team. But if she's better than some of those boys, then it shouldn't matter.
And right now, fair or not, you can't exclude her being a boy if she identifies as a girl.
I get all that. I get all that.
Saying unfair advantage, but you can't do it on gender.
This is so crazy to me. And look,
hold on.
Go ahead.
The Australian national women's soccer team lost to a group of 7th grade boys. Okay, that happened in real life. There's not a 13-year-old girl anywhere that's good enough to make a boys basketball team. It's opposite. It's two different things. It's not a slight. It's just two different things. They're not
physically. You always telling me not to make blanket statements because it's not all. You're telling me nowhere. The whole wide
You can say this player.
Hold on, listen. We all can't talk at the same time. So Jeezy, make your point. Run, you got your rebuttal, and then Fancy.
Look, I've seen 13-year-old girls play basketball a lot. They're not good enough to play against 13-year-old boys. It's just not.
All of them. Every single 13-year-old girl is not good enough to play against 13-year-old boys. That's what you said.
Run. The Indiana Fever, the Ben Davis JV team will mop the floor with them.
What happens when I am a 13-year-old girl that's been taking testosterone for the last 4 years?
Okay.
That's how transgender people work.
You're still not strong enough.
Yo, all I know is that unless something is done, all I know is unless something is done in the next few years, a naturally born girl will never have an opportunity to run on an Atlanta track team.
Listen, the Juwanna Man teammates were so kind and accepting after he stopped being an asshole. They loved her.
Are we talking about a movie? We're talking about a movie. I can't even go any further. We're totally talking about a movie that barely made HBO back in the day. We're not going there.
Talked about John Walker, who's a fictional character. I don't even know. I should absolutely be able to talk about Juwanna Man if Gigi can bring up valid points about John Walker.
I don't know what that means either. I don't know what that means either.
And he's in the garage making Captain America's shield.
Hey guys, all I'm saying is this. And you know what? Right or wrong, don't get me wrong, man. Moose loves people. I don't care what you do when you're not in front of the camera. When you're in your house, I do not care what you do. But I'm gonna tell you right now. You take the you take the equalizer, right? So you're gonna take the first equalizer, the Pilgrim brother with the long trench coat, and he's gonna get in the fight with the second equalizer, which is Denzel Washington, and they're gonna get in the fight with the third equalizer, that is Queen Latifah. Who's winning that fight?
It ain't Queen Latifah.
Who's winning that? Run! Who's winning that fight?
Misogynist.
I got a question.
My mind is on Queen Latifah. Here's why.
Who's winning the fight?
She definitely got to outsmart both of those boys. For sure.
Who's winning?
Who's going to be in litigation for years for discrimination?
Yeah. Hey, you know what, Fancy? You're the only one that's being real. Outside of the fellas. You're right. You know what? Queen Latifah's gonna get her butt whipped and be like, I can't believe those guys beat me up. And then she gonna sue him. And then she gonna have the coat. And she gonna have Denzel's, all his stuff. Right. She's gonna win. She's gonna win litigation.
But I'll get the settlement.
Ron, real quick.
She's tripping.
Why are you running? Why is Ron running from facts? Like, men are far superior to women is athletically. That's a fact. That's not. That's
smarter. I said she would outsmart both of the men.
I say who's gonna win the fight. I didn't say who's gonna win the math facts. Who's gonna win the fight? Who's gonna win the fight? Who's not gonna win? Who's not gonna score higher on the test? Who's gonna win the fight?
Shout out to mathletes.
He will win. Listen, I'm a diehard ally. That means I'm a feminist. I'll stand up for the LGBTQ community, and I got black people's back. I got Asian people's back. I'm not going to go there.
Well,
I think it is ridiculous.
It doesn't help if it doesn't make sense.
why we gotta be lumped into the causes?
In 2021, and we said things like this can't happen.
If you want to be a feminist, be a feminist. If you want to be a savior to the LGBTQ community, that's cool. That's great. But you ain't even got to mention black people during this. You know what I'm saying? Like let that be said. We don't have to all be lumped in as being, you can be an ally to all, but you ain't always got to include us. Like I think we could have been reserved for another conversation.
I didn't say that the heavy hitters think like I do. I said I'm forever the ally.
But
those are two very different.
Run. So you'll take a month's pay and you'll put on Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah would win because she would outsmart them
in the fight.
So you willing to bet?
Yes.
So you'll take a month. You'll be homeless. Are you kidding me? I want that bet. I want that.
If you
can I ask one question real quick?
Oh, real quick. Go ahead, Monsky.
So, Ron, you're a coach, and you have a transgender male who's now a female, and they're whooping your team every year in the championship. What do you tell your girls?
It's okay, guys.
I say we gotta practice harder. 100%.
Can I tell you what I would say?
Know that she used to be a dude.
Just outsmart him, bro.
No, hey, no. I got a better question. I got a better question for you, Ron.
Go for it.
You have a 17-year-old that used to be a transgender, used to be a dude, now it's a girl that's playing on your team. Do they ever come out for a break?
Yes.
No, they don't. They are banging that ball over that court every single time. They're standing there until their hands are gonna be bleeding from all the kills they score.
They're only playing front row for 3 rotations.
That's not happening. You know it.
Yes.
You know it's not happening. All right. Hey, I tell you what. Hey, you know what? Hey, this is a Heavy Hitters Radio show. I'm so tickled by this conversation. And this, folks, this is one that will leak. This is one that will leak into our personal lives for sure.
I mean, Ron, you can be an ally, but you gotta be realistic. Like, come on, man. Queen Latifah not whooping nobody.
Hey,
she got diabetes.
Hey, I even brought up. Hey, listen, guys. Ron and I watched. What was that movie, Ron? We watched together. We watched it together.
When?
Michael,
like recent, the most recent one.
Michael B. Jordan, dude.
Yeah, it was
without
remorse.
Without remorse. Check this out. During that movie, we're watching that movie together. We together. And I said, you know what? And so they had one woman that was like on the team with him, and she was fighting this Russian army dude, and that dude was whooping her behind. And I said, now look, I said, you see this? I said, this right here is more realistic.
The part that you leave out.
I said, listen, she is in shape. She's well trained. She's young. She's one of the most elite SEALs ever, and this dude is whooping her. Now
what did I say? He's whooping the dudes too. She
ended up winning, right? She ended up winning, but she was getting her tail whooped. And so I said, listen, Latifah wasn't gonna hang with this guy. What'd you say?
I said she has a special set of skills.
See what I'm saying? I'm sick of it. Hey, Health Connection. Forget it. Health Connection. Hey, Jeezy.
Were you in the camp that Ronda Rousey could beat Floyd Mayweather? Was you one of those people?
No.
Okay.
Enough said. I tell you what, Health Connection. Hey, Fancy, we done. Fancy, we done with that. We done.
In Mississippi and Missouri.
Fancy, we done. We done with that. Done. All right, and Health Connection. Health Connection. Please give us some tools to pull ourselves together in the fact that I guess 50-year-old overweight diabetic black women can beat up Russian spies. All right, but Forget
Denzel's older than her.
Forget that. I'm just kidding. Hey, listen, but give us, man. How do we pull ourselves together after this pandemic, staying safe and getting in shape?
Well, I mean, that's a very good question, and I respect everyone's comments. And it's just so ironic. I try to think abstractly in the realm of we're dealing with two things. One is morality. The second thing is versus reality. Morally wise, we feel strongly in our opinions and in our views based on the topics that are at hand. But reality, there are those lawmakers that are lobbying to put things in place to protect people's feelings, which is why, I always post on my social media hashtag Stop the Pussification of America. Now, keep in mind, when
you got that from us, by the way. That was our thing. Anyway, go ahead.
In regard of being healthy and getting through this pandemic, because, as all my friends and family, you guys know, I was affected by the zombie virus. But there's one thing that stands true. You can have all the intentions of the world of being healthy, staying healthy, wearing the condom on your face. I don't see why you have to wear a condom on your face and I have to wear a condom on my face for us to be safe. But you can do all those things and still without preparation, none of those things matter. So, unless you are trying to live that life, unless you are trying to live in a closet and not go anywhere, use your phone to pay for things, touchless service, hashtag we drank water out the hose, man. I'm a product of the 70s, and as most of us here, we're men and women of a certain age. I licked dirt. I licked my nose when it ran, and we were outside playing. So, keep in mind, man, we're going to be all right at the end of the day.
Yes, but what can we do to stay healthy now? All that soliloquy you just dropped on.
What we can do to stay healthy now is something that I've actually implemented, and it goes so much further than people always try to say, ooh, let's eat healthy, let's drink more water, take our vitamins. How about just get outside? How about just get a peace of mind, vacation, take that mental break from the stresses of the world, because there are too many evils of the world. We've all lost so much, as LGZ and I talked about yesterday. 2020 was a blur. It kicked a lot of people's derriere. So being with that said, and being with as many losses as we've taken in 2020, people now reflect, and they don't even count 2020 as a year. So people are like, wait, we've been together 5 years? What happened to last year? You don't remember. So the mental aspect of eliminating those stresses are so big. Don't be afraid to travel. Don't be afraid to get on a plane because you're 6 feet apart and social distancing in the damn line just to be 6 inches from the person next to you. You're going to be all right. Wash your hands, say your prayers. Those are my words of the day.
Key. Yeah, give me that. You didn't do your cause tag thing. There you go. It sounds different now.
Right.
I appreciate it.
Just as always, we give a shout out to the 101, to the 1 out of 100. You know who you are.
Yeah, there you go. See, you forgot all that stuff, man, because you was sick. That's why you didn't forget everything.
I was sick. Hey, man, short-term memory was affected by this.
They say you still cloudy.
Making a comeback.
You still cloudy. Hey, Ron. Hey, give me some news, girl.
Yes.
Run that news.
We do have more news. You want me to go quickly so we can get into some other stuff?
Of course.
Okay, great. So Derek Chauvin wants a new trial.
Next.
I'm rolling
Look, we all like next.
Right. Well, I'm rolling my eyes. Jennifer Lopez and A-Rod are no longer together. She has been spotted with Ben Affleck, but they are not dating. But I am so here for it.
What? Wait. And I don't even really care about this, but what happened with them?
It just wasn't working.
All right, never mind. All right,
she did not give the ring back, in case you were curious.
No, see, if I was A-Rod, was A-Rod, right?
Yes.
I'm going to start rumors about Melinda Gates and A-Rod. It's completely fake news.
You know what? I think he would break her. She'd be like, she wouldn't know what to do. If you've been with Bill Gates for that many years, and all of a sudden you get with any athlete. Matter of fact, you get with an 18-year-old athlete in high school, her sex life is different, I think.
Yep.
Are you saying she won't be blinded by science?
Right. No, she's going to be like, I can't believe this is happening to me right this second.
That's like an SWV song, right? They're on Versus on Sunday.
Hey, don't be saying, what against who?
I'll look it up while Run does news.
All right, do that. All right, Run, what's up?
Also, Jeopardy winner, Dennis. Nope, just kidding. That's not his name. His name was something. He, at the end, when he won, did the white power sign. All the winners of Jeopardy then wrote an open letter talking about how Jeopardy needs to make a statement. He denies it. He says he didn't. He for sure did. Here it is. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see it. That for sure is the white power sign. He said, no, I didn't.
Stop.
The media says, yes,
Stop 1 second. Stop 1 second. I apologize, Ryan. The first night he won, what did he do?
I don't know.
He did like this. The first night he did like this. The first night he won, he did like this. The second night he won, guess what he did, folks?
He did 2 fingers.
He did like this. The second night he won. On the third night he won, guess what he did, folks?
He put up 3 fingers.
He did this. On the third night he won. I don't know.
Went to Disney World.
I don't.
All of the Jeopardy winners. Listen, here's the best part though. I guess not all of them, but 467 former winners then wrote this open letter demanding a statement about the actions, and they were accusing him, saying either intentionally or unintentionally on 2 separate occasions this week. Now, I don't know what the other occasion was, but that's what's happening.
Jesus.
Here's the thing. That's because people see a clip on YouTube or Twitter. They didn't watch the first 2 weeks when he did the 1 and the 2.
Not even 2 weeks. Jeezy, 2 days.
Yeah, they didn't watch those 2. They just saw the third one and then made their assumption. How about stop reading headlines and look at the whole story, the whole picture, not just the end credit scene. There's a movie attached to that. Now, if he did that 3 days in a row, yeah, we got a problem if he did that. If he did 1, 2, 3, but who am I, yo? That's called a non-story in my book.
Well, 467 Jeopardy winners would disagree with you.
You know what?
Also,
467 Karens. Because I'm sick of that, man. Like, here's the thing. Again, I'm with Jeezy. I can't believe I said this like 4 times. I'm with Jeezy. That's a new show. I'm with Jeezy. And listen, it's one of those things. It's one of those things where I think that if you like Jeezy said, if the first night, if he'd have been like, whatever it is, if he would have did that the first night, I'd have been like, oh man, this dude's up to something. He's like, oh, I won 1 time, guys. Yo, you know what I'm saying? He might have a brother friend that was like, hey man, pose. Hit the pose when you get done. He'd be like, shit, I won 1. He's like, you won 2, dog? Yep. I got 2 of them. I got 2 of them pieces. I got 2 of them pieces. Oh, you won 3? Yup. I got 3 of them joints. And then I can hit you and slap you in the sleeve because you weren't looking at this real quick. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, no, that to me, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. And Ron, you might know this. Like, I'm sick of people just making up stuff to be mad at. It's goofy. It's goofy, man. You know what? Long Green 400? You ain't read all them fake books behind you. You shouldn't even have that behind you. You should have that Joanna Man behind you.
I'm mad.
Hashtag real reading matters.
You see what I'm saying? and sincere, I can't even tell what that is, but you ain't messing with none of that stuff, and you ain't be still no way. That ain't even real nothing. That ain't real what you doing either. It's ridiculous.
He's glitching.
I'm the only one that's real. I'm under the steps. You feel me?
You better recognize the banners, bro.
That's not real either.
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? Where are you at?
I'm
I
under
have
the...
a map of Indianapolis.
Hey, I'm building a breeding bed for my dog. She's supposed to have a C-section on Friday, so I'm trying to get it together.
Hey,
Who the heck's doing a C-section for it? Anyway, Ron, go ahead, Ron.
Okay, so I have one more just headline non-news, and this one I will take your all stance on. So in Louisiana, they were having a discussion about some education bills, and one of the state representatives...
Wait, real quick. You know, I knew this was going to happen, folks, and I hope you're paying attention. And if you're listening to us, the Health Connection is from Louisiana, and as soon as she said that, all of a sudden his face came into the screen like, now I'm listening. Now I'm listening, guys. Anyway, go ahead.
You're welcome. So the whole conversation was around the whitewash of American history. So he said, direct quote, if you're having a discussion on whatever the case may be on slavery, then you can talk about everything dealing with slavery. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Now here's the thing. Let me read it. Hold on.
What was good about it?
Shush. Here's the headline. Louisiana State Representative suggests teaching good of slavery during education debate. Now here's the thing. I don't think I feel like that's what he said. The good, the bad, the ugly of any situation is just a common phrase.
What?
All right, well, real quick.
So he's being berated.
Wait a minute. The dude with the 4 fingers on Jeopardy is wrong, right, or indifferent.
Oh gosh.
Four fingers.
It said he was making a point.
Is the good, the bad, the ugly not a common phrase that people use?
All right.
4 fingers for 4 victories is too.
It's 3.
Here's my thing, Ron.
There was 4. You would be able to make this sign.
Here's a problem with perspective. It's based on who perspective you're talking about it from. There was a lot of good that came from slavery, not for black people.
That's true.
So from his perspective, he can say the good. The good is we had a bolstering economy, we had cheap labor, we had blah 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 blah. They did because you know what I'm saying. You can tell the story of slavery, and yeah, there's a lot of positives that came out of slavery. Unfortunately, not enough for us, but from a different perspective, there was. So you can say the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because you're saying what was good came from it, what was bad about it, and what was ugly. You telling all parts of history that happened.
And during that time frame, I mean, that is real, that is true, that is relevant.
And it is history, whether we like it or not, whether especially if black people like it or not, that is part of history. Like, certain people benefited from slavery, not us. So that's a part of history.
But I do think in general, in American history, we need to tell the whole story, not just the white American savior side.
I agree with that, but he said we didn't talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. People slammed him because he said there's no good. Like, yeah, it was some good, not for us, but it was good that came out of it.
That's fair. I'll give you that one.
But all people hang on one word and not make the same.
The good of slavery. Also, in news, so we talked a little bit about Biden's first 100 days in office. So this joint session of Congress was historical because for the first time ever, it was 2 women behind the president at the joint session of Congress. We had Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, and we had Speaker Pelosi.
I got a question.
And she did not rip up this speech like she did previously.
I got a question.
Tell me.
When did we start this Madam Vice President? Why isn't she just Vice President?
Because she's a woman and she's the first one, and it's exciting, and we want to make sure that we represent that.
But she's just the Vice. But see, that's you guys' label.
Okay, but here's the thing. Even in sorority life, we call our national president, her official title is Madam President.
I mean, but the previous vice president wasn't Sir Vice President.
That probably is the official title.
It wasn't Mr. They don't refer to him as Mr. Vice President.
It would be Mr.
Yeah,
Mr. Vice President, Mr. President. We say that all the pineapple time.
No, let me retract that statement then.
No, we said Vice President. I never heard myself Mr.
That shows growth, D-Lo. I understand what you said, and I was incorrect. Let me correct my thinking.
Hold on.
Thank you.
You know what I heard? I've heard President George Bush. I've heard President Obama. I heard Vice President Pence. I never heard Mr. President Obama.
You've never heard someone say Mr. President? Are you kidding me?
I've never heard anybody say we address the president as President Obama.
Always in a formal setting, it is Mr. President and Mr. Vice President. Always and forever. It has been. Look up any formal setting. That is how they will be introduced.
Marilyn Monroe said Mr. President. Is that
several
yours?
times in her breathy song. Birthday to you. That was my rendition. Why is Moose gone when my news is over? I feel like you tell me why you mad, son, but that's
Can I tell you why I'm mad, son?
Tell us why you mad.
I'm a little mad that when you were talking about slavery, you shushed K Sincere.
I did.
And I feel like black voices have been silenced long enough, and that's really why I'm mad. Like I was offended. I'm mad. Mad.
Thank you for calling me out on my implicit bias in shushing K Sincere, even though I want to do that pretty much always. But that was absolutely inappropriate for the topic at hand. And K Sincere, the health connection, I would just like to formally apologize. It was absolutely not okay. My apology does not make it correct, but thank you for calling me out on it.
Kiss my black ass.
Man, what? I don't know what happened, but
I'm so glad you're not muted anymore.
What just happened?
But I'm also mad about something else. I'm really legit mad that out of 260 draft picks, there were no players taken from an HBCU in the NFL draft. I think the NFL grossly missed a great opportunity on this one.
Yeah.
That will for surely change because of Deion Sanders being at Jackson State. So I can tell you right now, that's going to be over with. That's going to be over with for sure. Now I apologize, guys. I had to go, but when I was gone, I definitely before we end the show today, I definitely want to get on to some brews and reviews. So at some point we need to get on that too. But
I have one of those, but I'll be right back.
So Falcon and Winter Soldier.
All right, so real quick, I don't want to get a recap. I'll go back and listen to the last few minutes because I had to step away for a little bit. But holy cow, I just want to say something, man. If you guys ever made some poor man's burnt ends, oh shit, yeah.
What the hell is that?
You can't even see the smoke. You can't see the smoke coming off of it. So burnt ends is a delicacy that typically you have left over from brisket, right?
You know what, Moose? Let me check some real quick. See, my phone is on. Let me see. No, the Moose that shit, bro. He was making burnt ends after Jeezy said he wanted some burnt ends. No, I don't have that text message.
You just put them on Instagram.
Wow.
I asked about leftovers and all I got was a like.
That's messed up, man. I see how it is, man. I'm just Jeezy.
Gentlemen, here's the thing. I have them. This is my first time ever making the poor man's burnt ends, right? Typically, I will try to make something. I will try to make sure I can finesse it the way it's supposed to be done. Then I will invite my friends over. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I nailed these. I will tell you though. I will tell you that they were a little bit dry at first. So tonight when I got home, I had no baseball or anything. So here's what I did. I put a little bit of butter in there. I put a little more sauce in there, and I threw them in. And it's kind of hot, but oh goodness gracious, see that? Yeah.
Fall apart.
Yeah. I nailed it.
D-Lo, you see that, D-Lo?
Yo,
I nailed it, fellas.
it's
I
a
nailed
cold
it.
world, Jeezy.
I nailed it, team. So
Any leftovers? Hey, thumbs up.
I nailed it. Hey man, hey listen. So I guess, hey, real quick, D-Lo, Long Green 400. We explain what this segment is called.
Brews and Reviews?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is Brews and Reviews. Brews and Reviews is the Heavy Hitters radio show rating system where you can review anything you can decide to review to. You can brew and review it. It's a reverse scale rating system. The more brews that it takes you to enjoy something, the less you like it. The less brews, the greater it was.
Outstanding, man. So I tell you, I appreciate that, Long Green.
Honey.
And by the way, real quick, are you appearing anywhere like this week or next week or anything?
Yeah, man. So Thursday, I'll be at Echo Lounge for Ladies' Night Thursdays. Next Friday, I started the Block Bistro and Grill downtown Indy from 5 to 7. So come rock with it.
All right. Hey guys, so this is Moose aka Big House. I got a brewing review. So Jeezy and I love to get on the Black Stone and do some things. And then and Long Green 400, man, gets on the, he got a smoker at his house too. And I love to smoke, folks. And so I was on TikTok and I saw Poor Man's Burnt Ends. Now, I do not like roast, like pot roast, none of that. I don't like that at all. I'm not a fan of it. But when I buy half a cow, you get a lot of roast, right? Or even a quarter of a cow, you get a lot of roast. I typically give it away to my friends and family for presents. Like, that's the best thing for me to do. I don't like it anyway. I shouldn't probably say that out loud or on the air to all our neighbors and friends. But anyway, too late now.
You're about to get more friends.
I know. Anyway, but if you want roast, I got you. Although I can't give it away anymore because now I know how to make the poor man's burnt ends. So I cut them in half. I smoked them until they got to internal temp of 160. Then I wrapped them, and I let them get even hotter, about 190. Then I unwrapped them. Then I cubed it up, and then I put it in the pan, and I put barbecue sauce on it. And then I let them go until about 200 in the pan. And they came out great. Here's what I didn't do. I didn't put butter in it. I still don't like roast. With all that heat and all that love, I still didn't like the roast. Once I put the butter in it tonight, now I see why it's the poor man's burnt ends. That butter gives that roast a little bit of love, gives a little bit of flavor that it just doesn't have. When you slow cook a roast, like with onions and potatoes and all that, those onions and all that give it some flavor. See, when you throw it on the grill, it doesn't get all the onions and all that infused in it. That butter makes it taste good. It makes it taste exactly like the burnt ends. That's where I'm at with the poor man's burnt ends, folks. If you do it right, it's money. You know what? I give it 2 brews. Here's why I give it 2 brews. It takes a long time. You got to drink a brew because you get thirsty out there. You get thirsty out there chilling on the grill, so you got to drink 2 brews while you're just waiting for it to get right. So I give the poor man's burnt ends 2 brews only because you need to hydrate. if you guys know what TikTok's all about, then you know who that is. So that's what I'm saying. Matter of fact, if you're watching here on YouTube, look at that. Mm-hmm. Okay, right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. It tastes so good.
Longgreen is not amused.
What's that?
I said DJ Longgreen is not amused.
He's not.
Nah, he hearted my comment. We could have figured this out. And he still got something on Tuesday.
I do.
That's how it is.
Enjoy.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give my quick synopsis of, and I'm gonna show the proper respect. Captain America and the Winter Soldier, which was a great series, man. If you haven't watched it, me and the Health Connection went through and watched it again in one sitting, and it's even better when you watch it without the week to week. I thought that the monologue in episode 6 was on point when he talked about being a black Captain America, man. Like I think Marvel hit the right tone. I thought the series overall, man, I give it 1 brew.
I like it, man. That's a good call. That's a good call for sure. Who's up next? I concur, by the way.
So some of you won't be interested in this, but I know some of our listeners will. So I started a new book. It's actually Angie Thomas's 3rd book, so it is the prequel to The Hate U Give. So in The Hate U Give, we've all pretty much heard or watched or read the story. So the dad in The Hate U Give is Maverick. So her 3rd book that she released earlier this year is called Concrete Rose, which already has my heart because I love Tupac. So it is actually the story of Maverick growing up and having his first son and becoming a man and the gang life. And it's also set in the 90s, which I love because I wish I would have been an adult in the 90s. Missed opportunity there. Anywho, yes. I'm gonna go with like a half a brew only because it's really, really good, okay, but I don't have time to sit and read it all in one sitting. But I will say the audio version is also pretty good. Sometimes the people that read audiobooks make it horrible. This one's not bad. So, if you liked The Hate U Give, definitely check out Concrete Rose, either the audio version or the actual book.
Outstanding. Thank you, Ryan. Hey guys, guess what? I watched. Can I do another one real quick? Y'all cool with that?
Yes.
I watched the Netflix joint called. Oh man. Oh dang! Run! I told you about it. What was the name of it?
White Boy Rick.
No, I did watch that, but that's not what I was going to talk about.
You watched.
It was like the black version of
Living Single.
Groundhog Day.
Oh, it was Two Distant Strangers.
The Joey Badass.
Listen, I got there eventually.
It's called Two Distant Strangers. Two Distant Strangers, guys. Matter of fact, it won an Oscar.
It did. And
the executive producers on that were Mike Conley, Indianapolis native, and Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, who's from Maryland, I believe, and both in the NBA. But great movie. You know what? I wish that I tell you what. Here's what we're gonna do. I would like for you guys to watch it. Right, Two Distant Strangers. Watch it between now and next Tuesday. And next Tuesday, what I think I may do, especially with this group, because man, I see some positive interaction here with this group. What we may do is email out kind of our 5 topics so that you can somewhat prepare. Typically, we don't prepare, folks. Like we drop them out there and people go. But I liked the fact that some people on this panel will prepare. Holy cow! Well, some people will prepare, and some people will react. New. But here's what I like. I kind of like this dynamic that we've established the last couple times that we've been on. Anyway, Two Distant Strangers, folks. Watch it. I want you to hit us in the comments. Matter of fact, I will try to find a thing and post it on our social media so people can check it out. And then I will in my personal life I will invite folks. If any of you 4 that are still here want to invite people to have a discussion about Two Distant Strangers, I would love to have a focused discussion on that. I would love to revisit the gender equality, neutrality, whatever it is we got into. I would love to revisit that next week as well, because I think that really brought out some differences in us, which I think is good, because we all care and love each other, but we also all are real and we're staunch in our beliefs, which I think is what makes us unique. So anyway, Two Distant Strangers, man, I give it 0 brews. It's on Netflix. Everybody, I implore you to check it out, and then we'll have a discussion about it next week. Matter of fact, right off the bat, like early. We'll do that one early. All right? So if you're still here tonight, then you'll be here early next week. And then what I'll do is we'll get on social media and we'll kind of pump that up. All right?
Sounds good.
Long Green 100, what's up? At 400, what's
I
up?
just want to make sure I get my 2 real quick brews and reviews in real quick.
Please.
The first brew review this past weekend, I finally had the opportunity to listen to the new Moneybagg Yo, A Gangster's Pain. And I just want to say, out of the new school rappers, Moneybagg Yo is probably absolutely one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? As far as trap singles, just a good street sound. In general, he gives that to me. His album, though, I'm gonna give it 3 brews. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that he had a lot of songs on there. He had several songs that definitely have single potential. However, you know what I'm saying? He got a little bit too gangster emotional for me. You know what I'm saying? At times. So I'm gonna get that 3 brews. But secondly, going back to the date of 420, man. Yo, the Redman, Method Man versus was everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a fan of the golden era of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Like you absolutely love seeing them on stage together. You know what I'm saying? With DJ Scratch and, you know what I'm saying, them bringing out guys from the Wu-Tang, Keith Murray, and K-Solo, and EPMD. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? The River was on there, Capadonna. It was just great. You know what I'm saying?
What?
So I got to get that versus 0.
I tried to boost to
I'll
cancel
echo that. If you're not watching Versus, you're missing out. It's amazing. Amazing.
I can't believe I missed that one.
Isley, Earth, Wind, and
How do you
Fire.
see cancel the show?
Another good one.
The next one I said is SWV and Escape. It's a 90s female hip-hop battle. I'm just saying Versus is one of my favorite musical things right now, so I'll echo that with you on Green. It's one of my favorite experiences right now.
All right.
Yeah, that was a great one.
Man, so I'm sure they like taped that or something, right?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Pull them up on YouTube.
All right. I'm gonna check that one out, because everybody you named was my jam. Keith Murray, you know, everybody. You know, I'm like 2 months ago I learned that K-Solo is Reggie Noble's his brother.
I thought they were related, but I didn't know they were brothers.
Brother. I was listening to Reggie Noble talking. Reggie Noble, folks, by the way, is Redman. See, I'm a true fan. Like, I know what the heck's going on. But
Is that by blood and genetics, or by sharing the poor man's burnt ends, asking for a friend?
No. He said that's my brother. That's my, you know, he talked about.
Trust me, the clear man's burnt ends kinship ain't worth much.
Hey man, you know what? Because we said that.
Do you want my brewing review? It's really quick. I usually give you something heavy, but this is like just super easy.
All right. We're gonna end the show on. We're gonna end the show on that, Fancy Nancy.
All right. Well, so it's called Shiva Baby. It's a light movie about anxiety and social angst. If you don't know what a Shiva is, it's a 7-day period of mourning in the Hindu faith. But what's happens in this movie is a young 20-something has to come to terms with her escort business in her mourning period with her family. So essentially, one of her clients shows up at the funeral with his wife, and everything unravels. So if you have never felt or wanted to feel anxiety, this movie really captures it. One, it's hilarious, and two, it's painful to watch everything go wrong. If you've ever built a life and tried to keep it separate from what your family thinks of you. The reason I love it is because I think so many of us do, right? We want to be ourselves, do what we're doing, and then there's all these social expectations and realities. So this just breaks it all open. And for me, it was a nice laugh and break from all the seriousness and hardship of our world and COVID, and it was just a really nice fictional escape that mimics the reality of being 20 and trying to become yourself.
What's the name of it again?
Shiva Baby.
And it's on what?
I know it's on pay-per-view. I don't know if it's on Hulu or Netflix.
Ain't nobody doing no pay-per-view.
Right now.
Radio.
But I think I watched it on my Hulu. But yeah,
okay. Shiva Bigby. Hey,
Baby.
folks. Huh?
Baby. B-A-B-Y.
Hey, folks, check out Shiva Baby. Check out what I said. Check out Moneybag.
Google it, you'll find it.
Check out Moneybag Yo. By the way, what's funny real quick, I was talking to a young fella today, and I said, "Did you say Moneybag Yo?" And his eyes got real big. He's like, "How do you know that?" I said, "Man, I'm cooler than you think, bro." Anyway, that happened today. Hey, folks, the HHRS Radio Show, man. You are absolutely live with us, man. Coast to coast, man. I tell you what, shout out to Texas. Shout out to the DMV, man, out there in VA and at DC and Maryland. Shout out to Michigan. All everybody in Indianapolis, man, down south, man. Down southern Indiana, man. Shout out to Illinois. And all the places that rock with us, man. We're the Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. We know we try to bring the content to you. And we're not doing it for money, man. We're doing it for love. Isn't that the cool thing about it? We're doing it for the love, man. It's a hobby that we have not monetized, and it's on purpose. I think that we just enjoy the opportunity to bring you what we bring you. If you notice, we getting into it, but we still care about each other, man. We still respect each other, man. But you know what? What our word, what I think, and what the rest of the group thinks is what they think. And guess what? They say it, and then we respect it, and then we move on. All right? That's how we do it. HHRS Radio Show, man. This is Moose, a.k.a. Big House, man. I tell you what, we got the one and only, the star of the show, LGZ and Baku, man. Man, that golden voice, long green 400. Man, the Lady House, the one and only Run.
MC.
And then, you know what, man? We also got DJ College, otherwise known as Nancy. Yeah, she joined us tonight. And I tell you what, she contributes well. So, you know, I want to give all due respect to Fancy Nancy for contributing well and not being crazy tonight. We definitely appreciate you. Hey man,
you know I love y'all. You're my family.
Hey man, remember where you are.
What?
Go try that again. Run it back.
Did I not say it right?
Remember where we are, or something.
I said, remember where you are.
We are where you are.
We are where you are.
Oh, daggone it. Hey, I know. All right, wait. Check. All right, check. Break. You know what it was? I was stuck in the library. I was looking at the books in the library. Back there with 400. I lost myself for a second. Hey, remember, we are where you are.
So get comfortable.
And come on in.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Peace.
That's hilarious. And